Okay, so one of the people that I had dealt with in the community he's one of the people who was very active against me during this entire time, and his name was Radicool332. He's one of these people, and it's funny seeing him here, but let's go over this. This is a comment on Polly's deleted fucking thing, because after a lot of this stuff happened, he deleted everything related to the drama side, like everything, wiped everything away, and he even changed his name to something different, to like Nordic Rose or whatever the fuck it is. I don't know, and I don't care. And of course he stopped reposting other people's work without their permission. So oh, it was kind of funny. But anyway, this is what Radical had to say. This is the same guy who says, I'm not a kink. Well, I'm not... I don't have much room to talk about grammar, but... Yeah, I'm not a kink. I'm not a kink. I'm a person with feelings and emotions and stuff, all that gay shit, when he discusses it. If he can't even be honest with himself, then of course he's going to be a massive douchebag to everyone else. Dude, well, listen, I don't really have anything to hide particularly. I don't know why. I don't know why people often bring that up. Like, I've admitted this before. I like a lot of different things. I don't think people exposing me for having a wedgie kink is something. It's weird. It would be weird. But fucking, it's like a lower thing on my priority list. There are things I like. I would be ashamed if people knew about, and I'm sure plenty of people in the chat and the people who are watching this probably have the same feelings too. So it's funny. It's funny to say like. It's funny to say that you don't have something, and you'll say stuff like that. And it makes them so fucking angry. Makes them like punch themselves out when you say it. Like you do it to fuck with them. It's actually really funny. But anyway, moving on. Why is it set to cut? It's set to that. What the fuck? Hold on. I don't want it to be like artsy fartsy crap. Can I change that? Fade, cut. Okay, there we go. That's better. That's better. Okay. Hopefully you can read this. If you can't, then you know, let me see. Do I have these in order? I don't think I have these in order. Shit, I got rid of them. Fuck. Bring it back. I think I have these one in order. I don't have them in order at all. Fuck, I don't. Damn. He responded to my DeviantArt post thing. And he quoted me by saying "get fucked, bitch," and I responded back with him or something. I don't have it on stream, so I can't really pull it up. I'm sorry, but you can go to the post and you can see it and you can read it for yourself. Because there's more Coomers that get really fucking angry, and it's really funny to see. So he says, "Keep reaching, bud. You'll reach an insult that works eventually. In the meantime, how about you? What is it? Go to the corner and have a good cry. You've earned it." I did cry. I cried tears of laughter. I did earn it. Because I'm not the one that got DMCA'd. You and the others like you will still watch, favorite, and save my art on your hard drives because your community is dying. You love the taste of my dick, and no matter how much you despise me, they'll like my art more than those crayon doodles you spit. God damn it, that's so low. Let me speed this. You spew out. I mean, I'm glad you think that I have such a high opinion of you. It helps to have self-confidence. Sometimes it can even feel like a substitute for basic human decency. No insult, regurgitation of what I said previously. Did I hit the nail on the head a little too hard? I need to quote you? Do I need to quote you every response? I'd run out of fun material pretty quickly then. Now, divisions aside, what are you trying to achieve here, really? Fun material. Oh my god, lol. My white snot, too good in large doses. You switch from smug to insulting to more philosophical. You took it personally. Don't lie. Responds. I'm just a bit bored, man. If I was going to take it personally, I'd be a bit more irritated. Kinda like you are when anyone talks bad about you. That's not particularly true. There were a lot of people talking negatively about me in these comments. So it doesn't really bother me when people insult me or banter with me. Because it's just people talking online. That's the way I always see it. Nah, I'm pretty good, though that's besides the point. Now, I asked a question, and you keep diverting. What's your real point? We're all dying to know. You did. You're stepping back. I can see it. I've dealt with dozens of people like you, but if won't to deny it, then that's your problem. I'll stop my banter to temporarily address this. Oh, wait, I don't have to. It's right above you, that long ball of text. Read it before you dive into an argument like that, because in the description I explained a lot of things in it, but I'm not going to really get into it now because this stream will be way too fucking long. But I went over a lot of things here. Nah, I did. So this entire thing in the description that I posted, it's super fucking long. It's far longer than Tardio Lobotomy's fucking stupid ass response he gave me. So much longer. Nah, I did, and it's not. If you look a little more closely at it, you'll realize that nothing you've said is remotely supported by reality. Yeah, the Coomer is telling me to go back to reality. Rich, you're reaching, man, but it's okay. If you have to do a lot of mental gymnastics to feel right, then go ahead. I suppose that's one way to get fit. It's funny because it's fun. I put this wrong. I've been sharing this with other artists, and they understand completely, and they are saying that I am right. How do I know that? My DMs say it worked. I'm fine. I know. Leaving your autistic worldview is hard. You didn't read it, and that's fine. I already broke you, and I didn't need to give you my all to do so. You still watch my shit and smack your baby monkey to it because your community has few artists that are actually good. Just remember who you're doing it to. I've had my laughs. You can shit some witty response like you epically owned me. I have a client waiting for me and a tip to collect. I'll be seeing you again when it's posted. And he posted a long response thing to it as well. But I didn't read it. True to my word, I didn't fucking read it because I didn't care. I already blew him out of the water. I was done. I didn't need to come back. Didn't need to. So that goes on. One thing you have to know about Radical when I say this is that Radical at one point was a fan of mine. It was just like a lot of people. He was a fan of mine. This is posted on I think the third whip of the animation I did, because I posted I think 2 or 3 different GIFs on DeviantArt at the time, and he commented this: haha, I love how in the video there's a piece of wedgie art and somebody else video. I mean, so this dude used to be a fan of mine, by the way. He used to be somebody who watched me. He would always be like one of the first people to like it when I posted it, like any time of the day. Like any time of the fucking day. So that's nice to see, I guess. It's nice to see. But anyway, I decided to like, the thing is, I mentioned this before. for 4chan's wedge thread, 4chan in general, but for the wedge thread in particular, they have a bunch of people that they like to go after. They kind of shit on me for a little bit, and it was kind of funny because I remember when I posted that my messages on fucking 4chan on 4chan. I think an entire, like, the thread was new, and a lot of people were commenting about the whole Tokyo Poly thing, and a huge portion. I posted my thing, and the thread was like nuked because there's a 300 bump limit for a thread, and then they have to jump to a new one. I posted my thing. There wasn't that many. There was only like one response. I posted a response. I went to sleep. I woke up. I went to work, and I didn't really want to spoil myself, but I did while I was at work. And I was like, oh, I wonder what the thread's up to. And I went to the thread. It's a new thread, and it's like halfway already full. It was filled up really fucking fast. And I went back to the old thread because most of them get archived, and I saw the spurginess and the reactions that I got, and it was really funny. I think I only met like 3 or 4 messages on that thread and on most of the poll and in total. So all I needed to do was just leave like 4 messages, and boom, it was over. It was over and done with. I thought it was really funny to see. It was really funny to read. To read the rees. It's really, really something. But anyway, there was this post that I found really interesting because they shit on people, but for the last few months, Radicunt has been shit on like multiple times by all these people on the thread who make fun of him. So there are these people that this green text is talking about. This dude named Waffle. I don't know much about him, so I'm not going to say much. But there's this dude named Ben who is an underage autist who was kicked from Waffle server. Spurgs out every once in a while in this thread. Waffle and friends, including Radicool, spurg out whenever he posts in turn. And that is true. I don't know exactly much about the Ben thing, but I know that Radicool likes to spurg out a lot. And he can't really take the banter or anything else. He's one of those fucking people. He's one of those people who, like that fucking the mask. I don't have the picture of my stream. I'm not gonna bother wasting time to go get it. I'm sorry. But it's that one picture of the smug soy jack, but it's just a mask, and then there's like tears beneath. That's Radicool. That's basically what he is. And I think it's really funny to see. So when 4chan starts shitting on him, he starts posting stuff like this. I'm taking a break. I don't know how. This atmosphere is terrible. Haters stay losing. I don't know why he said I'm nice at ping pong. I don't know why. He posts like a bunch of useless stuff. I dislike the feeling of loneliness. This is what a winner looks like, by the way. This is what a winner talks about. Feeling lonely. You have a lot of nerve assuming. I think this one is supposed to be directed at me. I'm pretty sure this is directed at me. They shit on him and all this other stuff. So that's kind of the whole thing that I can see. This is just a crop version. I should have had these more in order, but I didn't. I'm sorry. This is only the second stream. Like, I'm sure I can improve later on in the future when I do this. Hopefully it won't have as many screenshots, because there was like, I think 300 screenshots I have to go through, and we're only like we're not even like halfway done either. Actually, I think we're a little more than halfway done, so that's nice. But, yeah, the people on 4chan, they shit on Radicool. They've been shitting on him. Like, I don't think there's been one thread where they don't fucking shit on him, and I think it's really funny to see. Sorry, I'm making timestamps here for a second, because I wanna make highlights, because I want to send this to him to fuck with him. Because I think it's really funny to see. It's like the 3-minute mark. Okay, that's fine. There we go. Great stream bag. I know. Oh, hey J-Fish, how you doing? Sorry, I'm not really paying attention to chat. I'm trying to get through this as fast as possible. But this whole thing's going on, and they shit on him constantly. And this is, I'm glad G-Fish is here to listen to this, because this is whenever he comes in. I think it's kind of funny. I'm sorry, G-Fish, to blow your cover a little bit, but I'm gonna have to do it. So G-Fish shared with me these messages. Like, okay. So remember what fucking remember what that fucking fucking guy. God damn it! I'm forgetting shit. I've been talking for so long. I don't want to take another break neither. So remember Radical said. He's not upset. He's not mad. So this is around the time that the 4chan stuff starts going on. I think I don't have the post with me. I'm sorry, but I posted a thing saying that I wasn't really going to respond to the threads and that people are probably going to impersonate me, whatever. It ain't me, and all this shit. And of course, lo and behold, people start doing it. It's kind of funny. Fun. I had my fun. I know. I'm glad you had your fun too. Let me see. Okay, so this is a conversation between suspicious username and this dude named JR. And if you don't know who JR is, he's this dude who calls himself the founder of the wedgie girl community. He's the founder. He wears that with like a fucking badge of honor. Imagine if he went to like a porn site fucking convention. Imagine if he went there and told people, like, he went there and you got all these different people who show up. You got the ones for like hardcore BDSM. You got the ones for like spanking, where they spank the bitch so hard that the fucking paddle breaks. And I've seen spanking videos where that happens too. It is it's the least horny thing you could ever watch. I don't know. I'm not a sadist. I'm not exactly interested in hearing people get off to crying in pain. Yeah, I see you posting that. I don't know. It's not radical. What are you talking about? There's no proof for that. So anyway, I'm gonna read these messages. Have you been to 4chan? Lol. We actually had to deal with a few trolls on our earlier message boards, mainly flooding, but as message board software improved, it killed off the trolls. I mean, all you really need to do is make all new posts and subject to approval. Well, these days we have to deal with Bag and him acting like everyone is beneath him and being spiteful when anyone is more successful. Yeah, anyone is more successful from stealing. Yeah, I don't really like those people. I don't think people like them at all. Bag, he has the fucking name wrong too. He has the name wrong. There's no fucking none of that. What a loser. And there's no the at the start. This is an imposter. This is sus. We need to throw him out. Sacrifice him for the harvest. This imposter. Wannabe YouTuber and decent. Yeah, thank you. Decent. I appreciate that. Decent artist who ruins his whole image by being an absolute dipshit. Being an absolute dipshit. Yeah, I know. I ruin everything, don't I? I ruin everything. In our community? Also, despite trolling wedgie boards and actively participating in the community on his own volition, he claims he's not into it and thinks it's gross. I've never actually really said that. I said that as more of a bant, but whatever. Yes. I've never heard of him. It's as much sad as it is funny. LeMayo, don't tell him that. He'll go ballistic. Well, I'm not... Actually, I don't care if you know me or not. What's his channel? That's a link to my YouTube channel. He posts wedgie threads on OSS. Wow. He has only tens of subscribers. Ibers. I only have 10 subscribers. Well, technically I have like 1,000. But again, I don't really care about the follower numbers. I don't know how many people. JR, I got something for you though, JR. How many people have pirated your clips and basically almost ruin your fucking business over the like the last almost decade or 2 decades you've been doing these posts, and they still keep doing it. It happens with almost every single one of them. You're not any different. You're gonna run out of money. And apparently there's this thing where he's like, he has a wife. His wife like lives in the cuck shed or whatever, and he has all these models like posing for him on like Instagram. It's like, that's nice. It doesn't really bother me. But anyway, going back to it, he also went on a little bitch boy tirade on DeviantArt because someone, shock horror, reposted an art piece of his and forgot to credit him. But instead of doing the sensible thing and saying here and saying, oh, God damn it, saying, hey, can you take this down? Or, hey, can you give credit? He instantly jumped straight to a DMCA and then gloated about it. Well, I only gloated about the DMCA like after he sent me a DM saying, fuck you, I'm gonna take your work and shit, or get over it, suck it up, buttercup. And I taunted him because fuck him. That's why. Do you want a server? Oh yeah, he does that too. Yes, I know. JR, how does that feel when somebody posts a full video for that they have to pay behind a paywall on your fucking stupid Patreon on your server, and you spurg out about that? Do you take it down? Fucking retards. He's down. Where was I? Glowed about it. Then he made a massive post about how stealing art is wrong and made an ass out of himself in the replies. Well, really, I took the piss out of him. That's how I do. I'll post how I feel about stuff honestly, because I'm a more honest person than a lot of these kink tards are. Here is bad. Like, yes, it is, because people will take things from like Patreons and paywalls and post them and basically hurt the person's income, and we don't like that. It's not fun. Let me get a drink of water real quick. God damn, my throat's lasting longer than last stream, so that's good. But I'm starting to feel it now. Like I said, it'd be funny if it wasn't so sad. Well, it is sad that people steal artwork, and when you DMCA them, when they know they're in the wrong and know that they did something wrong. That's nice. That's nice to see. Autism. He seems like a nothing burger. A nothing burger. Yeah, it's a nothing burger. Is this the COVID thing all over again? It's a nothing burger. It's a bun with nothing on it. I think it's narcissism and the toxic personality trait of tearing down others because you're insecure and they're better than you. Well, really, I tear down shitty people who do shitty things. For one, because I like seeing retards flail, and I think it's really funny to see. By the way, I think, when were these messages made? They're made on, like, what is it, June? Here on June. So this was like 2 months later. This was 2 months after, like, all this shit already happened. I think that's funny because I already stopped talking to. I already started talking to suspicious username. Or whatever, but I don't tear down people who have more than me. I tear down people who are shittier. I don't care about the followers or the view counts. Like I've said before, it doesn't bother me. I mean, why even pay attention to him? I just don't understand how you could base your self-image around wedgie community. Like literally 99% are here to beat their meat. That's just his sense of self. He's annoying, and it's fun to trigger him. I don't know. It's fun. Yeah, it is fun. I guess it is fun to trigger me. It's fun to trigger my fun material. It's fun to trigger it, isn't it? Yes, it is. It's fun to trigger me. I'm sure it's fun when you get the taste of my my fun material. Plus, he's accusing me of being a rapist and a pedophile, so I have a bit of personal stake in making him look like an idiot. You know, I don't think it, that's weird for him to say. That's weird for him to say. That I'm trying to make him look like a pedophile. I don't think I ever said that. I think this was like after the thing where I talked about fucking let me add this to my timestamps. There we go. I think this has to do with the whole thing about Tokyo being apparently underage. I don't know, but chat, I want to go with you. I want to go through some of Radical's artwork. Because spoiler, because I'm jumping ahead because I'm unscripted and I'm a fucking retard. This is the suspicious username is Radicool, but we'll get to that here in a second. I want to skip ahead a little bit more. I don't know what link they posted. I don't know. I'm not watching that. Plus, he's been accused of being a rapist. You don't know how to handle guys like this. Listen, technically, it wasn't rape since your mother asked me to choke her while I was fucking her in the ass. Not sure about the pedo comment. Your little sister just wanted to watch. That's gonna work great in your head, but not in real life. This sounds like advice my parents gave me about responding to bullies in school. Great in theory, but not in reality. You either ignore them or you deliberately make them angry. Well, that's basically what I'm doing right now. I'm deliberately making this guy angry because I live rent-free in his stupid fucking skull. Second option's more fun on the internet. Yes, that's basically, I'm glad he figured out the whole secret where if I can't get through with people with how I feel, then, you know, you have to fuck with people a little bit. That's literally what I do. That's what I've been doing for like over a decade in my just the spare time. I don't do this for a living. I do this for laughs because it's funny, and I rarely ever post anyway. So I don't know exactly. The same advice is the same thing I'm doing now. The same thing. So I'm glad that they figured that out. My favorite thing I've dealt with in several times is the doxing idiots. I can find your real name and address. Funny thing is that you just did that. The funny thing is that he just did that yesterday. I've traced your IPs and I'm going to report you to the police, and then you're going to jail. So have fun getting raped by N-words. He used the actual word. Okay, I want to put this out here for a second, because after I posted the thing on the thread, I have it here somewhere. I don't have it set on stream because I'm a fucking retard and I didn't have it in my folder because I had to hurry. But I posted a thing saying that I wasn't going to really respond to people anymore. I was just going to let the threads nuke themselves because they do that because they're spurgs. And because it's easy to impersonate people on 4chan. It's easy to impersonate people. I think I have them in the slides, or they're just mismanaged. But I posted the thing, and somebody else impersonated me saying that they were going to trace IPs. Chat. Okay, since most of the people in the chat here are people from my Discord server who know me, have talked to me for months, have I ever made a dox threat during this entire thing? Have I, in the chats, in the talks we've had, in the messages, in the DMs I've sent, have I ever fucking said I would try to dox somebody, or during this whole ordeal, or anything else like that? The only time I've ever made a dox threat, and this was like, I think in 2012 or 2011, and that was with Crystal Darkrose, and I didn't go through with it because it was fucking retarded. And it was just like, it was morally wrong. It was over something else. That's a story for another day. No. See? See? I'm not doing that. I don't threaten to dox people. It yields no results. What's the point? So anyway, he says this. Words. And as if being rude to him on the internet forum was ground for an arrest, lol. And your IP doesn't give your address or name or even your vicinity. So he's a 6th grade internet knowledge. IP can... Okay, he's talking about the whole IP thing. Just, I don't threaten to dox people. I did when I was like fucking... It was like 2011 or 2012, but that was like that was like 10 years ago. And I regretted that, and I didn't go through with it either, because it was wrong and stupid. So anyway, moving on. I think this one's out of place too, but let me see. This is some of the things that Gfish shared with me. So, a username. So Gfish decided to do some like under detective work, and he decided to DM this person on this kink server, because Gfish was going through all these like kink servers and shit. He wanted to do some like underground detective work to understand why people have the wedgie kink. I don't know why, but he did, but it's kind of funny. And he shared with me some of the DMs he got. Let me make sure these are all, you can see them. There we go. Got to reposition a little bit. So this is with a username. I do, actually. I've been a target of it a fair bit. They're talking about like the 4chan thing, if you can't tell. Oh, really? Do you know who's doing it? Just so I know who to avoid. It says, it's 4chan mostly. Every so often they pick a creator they don't like, and sometimes justified, and other times just because someone decided they had a personal gripe. And then they tried to harass them badly enough to just leave the community. In my case, they harassed me on all platforms except my art one, since the people on 4chan spill out everywhere else, using any personal information they can get at me about my existing insecurities to do it. His insecurities include loving my fun material. There's not much that can be done to avoid it, but I don't foresee quitting anytime soon because of it either. You commission artwork for people? I do. People also commission me for art. Oh, you draw too? Yes, I'm an artist and a writer. Do you have a username or something just in case I want to see your work? And it links to his fucking DeviantArt page. And just I know this isn't a super great thing to say, but the same suspicious username is the same as a username. It's the same icon, basically the same thing. So, shocker. And it's the same arguments the other fucking retard says. So yeah, those two retards are one of the same. It's Radicool. It's Rancid Cunt. It's him. This is where the start of the conversation went down to. These are out of order. I'm sorry, I know. Trying to go through them a little bit to see all this stuff. He's talking about anatomy. Aside from the usual practice all the time thing, what I would say is to search out art and anatomy tips and try to all this stuff about art. Because yeah, he's an artist, by the way. And that's... Wait a minute. Hold on, wait. So, okay, I think I just noted something. So this icon here is to this server. And I want you guys to take a look at the chat. I want you guys to take a good look at the chat. I want you guys to see it. I want you guys to see this. Let me add this to my timestamps. I'm sorry. Just take some time to read it, because it's really funny. Sorry, I know I should use something else different from this, but I am. That's 59. Okay, that's close enough. Okay, so Radicool is part of this kink server where they have kid videos and kid pics as a chat. Seen while doing your undercover work. Yes, I agree. Like I know that I have to be honest. I'm gonna say this on stream. I kind of brushed it aside a little bit because I was occupied with other things, but when I was flipping through, I didn't notice that he was on this same chat. This same chat that's trading pics for children. and videos of kids when it's obviously when there's a sexual component into it. I'm sorry I did that, G-Fish. I apologize. It's just a thing. Cool isn't in that server. Are you sure? Wait a minute. I think I have the wrong one. Yeah, it's the wrong one. Whoops. But these people in the community, they have this shit going on. I thought it was kind of funny to bring up, though. I had these ones out of order again. I'm sorry. They're talking about the people who could be possible. They're mentioning Ben, somebody else. But there is something interesting I want to get into. I want to save it for a second because I want to go over, because we're talking about the pedophile thing a little bit. I want to talk about Radicool's artwork. So remember, the artwork he's making is there's obviously a sexual component to it. It's very obvious. You can see it. So he has these pictures up on his account. He has his proud fucking watermark, his username right there, proudly displayed on a picture of Rouge giving Amy a wedgie. And I have to mention this too, like, because they talked about art tips too, by the way. With his art, where is the waistband like going here? Because it's like off model. It looks really fucking weird. I don't know if it's like supposed to be like looped over her giant fucking caveman, cave woman, cave hedgehog head or whatever. 12-year-old hedgehog head, not aged up at all. This shit. Remember, there's a sexual component to this. It kind of looks like the stage to that one Smash Brothers Brawl map. I mean, I have the wrong slide open. Hold on. Let me get it again. It's coming out of her head. Yeah, it's coming out of her head. So here's another one that he posted. I'm sure he's totally fine with with me showing his art on stream. She does just that. Isn't that wonderful? Isn't that beautiful? Oh, and here's something that I find really funny. So he had this project going on where he decided that him and a bunch of other people were going to redraw a bunch of old pictures done by other people who drew like wedgies, and he draws this comic. Is it him? I think it is him. It might be him. I think it is. I'm pretty sure it is. I don't know who this is, but he's got this in his favorites. And it's a comic that was drawn like almost 10 years ago by this dude who did this for people. He didn't know it was a fetish. It was Maniac Sam. It was this dude who hated the community so much that he deleted every picture he made for them and never talks about them ever again. He posts them on like a vault account, like an archive one, and never talks about it ever again. And him and his friends decided to redraw this interaction between an 8-year-old and a 12-year-old for their kink. And it's in his favorites, so it makes the pedophile thing look really fucking bad. It makes it look really fucking bad when you see it. But his art style, the shit he's got, like I'm glad he calls me like a decent artist. That's really nice, because this is literally what this dude posts like all the time. This is almost everything he does. This is pretty much all he does. His artwork has, I guess, improved, but it doesn't look that great. It really doesn't. Here's this one Jacko post picture. The more I look at these, like the more that I look at these pictures, the more I look at them, the more I am, especially these like Sonic ones, I'm convinced that he went into Gary's mod and just posed models and then traced over them. That's what I'm kind of getting the feel for. That's how I'm seeing it. That's what he did. This animation doesn't play. Because yeah, he loves VTubers and shit. Because I'll get to that later on, but he really loves like VTuber stuff. Let me get back to the slides. So yeah, that's to give you a taste of what Radicool's art is. And yeah, he writes stories too, but we'll get to that later on in the stream. Let me make sure I got this one on. Okay, so I mentioned that Radicool really loves streamers, especially the stupid fucking VTubers that everyone likes to talk about. And Radicool's he wrote stories about them. They were mostly commissions, but he also wrote them for his own pleasure as well. And so one of the VTubers, one of these fucking people, one of these Ching Chong Bing Bongs, decided to react to his story. So this is what was posted on the board. Nanners talked about us again. For those who are interested in VTuber stuff, she ended up reading a Wedgie story written about herself, and in a strangely topical way, it was a story written by Rad. So they go on, they post the link to her Twitch of where she reacted to the story. And the comments, my favorite comments: ew, gross, where can I find it? Wedgies are a fetish, Lamel. Maybe someone got bullied by cute girls and got wedgies, and it made them into a kink. Someone asked her who she would want to get a wedgie from. Probably one of us. Where we are everywhere. Stuff. So they're like roasting him too. Like, again, just to remember, they don't like him. They make fun of him constantly. Being called gross by a VTuber is the most empowering thing I've felt in weeks. You know, so this is the picture he posted. Isn't it not poggers? It's not poggers. Nanners gets bullied. Your content 18. I'm sorry, I get a notification while I'm talking about this. Looks like my fucking stream got age restricted. That's okay, I guess. That's okay. Cringe so hard. Yes, I cringe too with this. I cringe too with this. But don't worry, we'll get to that later on. So he does art of VTubers and all this other shit. Posts. And so I think this is where he comments on the stream about it. No, I got these ones out of order, I guess. Let me see. He posted a journal. I think it might be in the other one. Let me see. God damn it, it's set to this one. That is so annoying. Hold on. Let me fix that. No, not fade. Set it to cut. That's better. Let me flash through. Is it in this one? The rest of them? It might be. No, I guess it's not. Oh well. But he makes a journal reacting like, oh my god, this is awesome. I got a VTuber to react to my fucking kink story and all this shit. I wish I had the full thing. I shouldn't have came in like this, but I did. Oh well. Oh well. He got a VTuber to react to his thing. Well, just for the sake of the stream, I actually do have the clip where they react. But they also mentioned that they reacted before and talked about it a little bit on their stream. So I'm gonna actually play that for you a little bit. I'm gonna mute my mic a little bit.
Not you. Slap! Wanna give someone a wedgie, that sounds fun. I learned over the weekend. I've been learning a lot of things lately, but I learned over the weekend that there's like a the people... There are people who have a fetish for wedgies? Oh yeah. B-ball. Like they... I know I'm late for class, please don't get me in trouble. Yeah, there's like art of like people with like wedgies, like, and the underwear is stretched so far. Ah, no, I'm going to class. I'm literally going to class.
So that's her reaction. That's her reaction whenever she reads this. Whenever she's like, she mentions it in passing, and fucking Radical takes that as like a super fucking victory. Like, oh my god, oh, a Vtuber reacted, oh. That's his fucking reaction. That's his reaction. Now, of course, this is just her trying to stick in character, because I'm sure what's running through her mind is just fucking ching chong bing bong. This the fucking stupid Randai has gay ass lame fetish for me. Lol. What loser. Oh, no Taiwan. I'm sure that sounds more Chinese than Japanese, but let's face it, they're all the same anyway. Let's face it. Let's just face the music, you know. Oh. She wasn't specific though. She wasn't. She just mentioned it. It's like it's like barely even a minute long. And she like reacts a little bit. But that's not the whole clip. But that's what Radical takes it like it's a fucking victory. It's really fucking cringe. But she actually did read one of his kink stories. It could be it could be anybody. It's not even like a super crazy fetish anyway. It's like really low, like entry level almost. Like I don't think most people with a backbone wouldn't be ashamed to admit, in comparison to if they liked other things like being pegged or other shit like that. So it's really fucking weird to see. But anyway, I'm gonna mute my mic for a second. I'm gonna take a bit of a breather, and I will play this clip for you. This will be considered my break clip for we transition over. I'm not gonna put the text on screen. I'm gonna mute my mic. I'm gonna play the streamer Naners reacting to Radical's story.
Oh wait!
Act put in place in
I actually read a fanfic about Silver Veil once, and I stumbled upon it because it was by an author that had written a bunch of them about like Bishoujo girls, and I was really curious, and it was about her transforming into like an anthropomorphic wolf girl with like multiple sets of memories. Like it just happens. It's like a full moon happens and she suddenly gets really grumpy and starts like transforming. And I also found another fanfic about me going to investigate a haunted house, and a ghost basically bullies me and gives me a wedgie. And I thought it was a joke at first, but then I scrolled down and read the tags, and I found out that wedgies are like a... It's like a fetish thing.
Since their reappearance, the number of
I was like reading it the whole time, like, yeah, this is pretty funny. Like, this would happen to me. I would get bullied by a ghost, and then I got to the bottom and I was like, oh, that was
I just read a
fetish film.
And we were about 20 yards away from the patch of woods that we had walked out.
I had no idea the whole time, but then I was like, oh, okay.
You hear that?
That makes sense.
What the heck? What the heck is that?
Yeah, the ghost
The
like
dog's heading off that way now.
pulled up my underwear and dangled me by it.
And
Which
all of a
sounds like it
sudden,
would hurt.
we start hearing something walking about 20 yards out into the woods.
Oh my god, please.
Oh man! Loud.
Oh
It might be a fucking rock, Dennis.
Oh god. I'm reading the chat for a second. Oh god, she's not even going to mention their name. That's what said. She wanted absolutely nothing to do with him. She's laughing at him. Yes, that's what I wanted. That's what I wanted to get into. That's what I want to get into. You can hear it in her fucking voice. She's uneasy. She's not happy. She's confused and annoyed. What the hell's going on? I'm sorry, I'm getting a thing here. She may be temporarily blocked. Oh boy. Great. Okay, I just got a thing showing up for copywritten stuff. Can the chat still hear me? There's a bit of a delay. It's about a 10-second delay. Can you guys still hear me? Are we still on? I hope we are. I hope we are. Maybe that's a sign I need to go the fuck to bed. Somebody in chat, please let me know. I can hear your master. Okay, good. Okay, so we're not. Okay, so we're good. We're good. Nice. Wonderful. Okay, good. Chat can hear me. That's great. That's what I want. That's what I want to hear. Good. Okay. Okay. So anyway, getting back to it, fucking copyright claims, man. At least it's not like early fucking YouTube, where, you know, where if you posted like a second of something copywritten, your entire channel gets taken down, obliterated, because Vile Cunt was suing YouTube. Remember that? You remember that? I fucking remember that. Shit's weird. But anyway, that's the whole thing with Radical. He jizzed himself because some slant eye reacted to his story. She didn't even mention his name. She didn't even tell people like where she got it from. Any of that shit. Didn't say any of that. This is like beyond cuckoldry. At least with cucks, at least they can kind of be around their wives. This fucking dude is like jizzing himself over the idea that this streamer, this figure, that you don't even know what she really looks like. It's a persona or whatever, is reacting this way to a story, and they're very uncomfortable, and the chat's making fun of him, and even the people on the thread are making fun of him, and he counts that as a fucking win. He counts that as a win. Like, oh my god, oh, she read my story. And just to add this, she didn't really read the story. More or less, she skimmed through it. She's fucking skimmed through the story. She didn't take the time to read it. I read the story for the stream a while back, around the time this happened. This was back around September, around the end of September, and all the story is she goes to a haunted house. She gets a wedgie and then she leaves. That's the story. That's the story basically. Isn't that a beautiful read? And just to add, this was a commission somebody paid for. Somebody actually paid money to this dumb fuck to write this story. Can you believe that? Like, the guy from that one song you played. Yes, I know. He is. He totally is. Oh. But the thing I like about the whole Radical situation, before I move on, is that, you know, he jizzed himself that a VTuber acknowledged his fucking bullshit story and didn't even mention his name or anything. I wonder what he'll react whenever he sees me actually talking about him, the shit he says and does. It's kind of sad that a former fan would turn that way. The Coomer got to see he got to see the part of me that I'm not really super ashamed to show, you know. A lot of them did. And it's I like that too. It kind of trims the fat for people who really don't want to get, in the middle. Okay.